Chapter 9 starts with Anna waking up in bed with Christian, and he is still asleep. She gets up, puts her headphones on, and goes to the kitchen and starts listening to music and dancing while cooking. Amy Studd is singing in my ear about misfits. This song used to mean so much to me. That's because I'm a misfit. I never fitted in anywhere, and now I have an indecent proposal to consider from King Misfit himself. So she's cooking, and Christian walks in and stares at her for a while like a weirdo. Then she finally notices him. She's like, oh my gosh, I was standing here dancing. They're talking about how she feels after last night. She says, oh, well, I'm kind of sore. He says, well, as you're sore, I guess we could start working on your oral training. They're eating breakfast, and she's like, oh, I'm not that hungry anymore. Every time that she's not hungry, he kind of freaks out and yells at her and tells her to finish her plate. After breakfast, she calls Kate, and Kate's like, oh, I can tell you had sex from the tone of your voice. And then Anna's like, okay, I'll be home later, bye. So they were discussing how their sex was. She's like, oh, it was good. He goes, me too, I've never had vanilla sex before. Then Christian decides that they should go take a bath together to clean off their dirty, dirty sex. I want you to become well acquainted, on first name terms if you will, with my favorite and most cherished part of my body. I'm very attached to this. She becomes acquainted to that part of his body. My tongue swirls around the end. He's my very own Christian Grey flavor popsicle. Apparently she has no gag reflex, like, at all. After their bathtub fun, they go into the bedroom where Christian Grey asks her, do you trust me? Huh. She got into a helicopter with a guy she barely knows, flew to his mansion, and spent the night there. I don't know. Does she trust him? So he ties up her hands and makes her hold them above her head, and they have their kinky sex. Then all of a sudden they hear outside of the bedroom door his mom just came into the house and is looking for him. Chapter 10 starts with Anna meeting Christian's mom. Christian's mom is super nice to her. Mrs. Grey is really surprised that there is a woman there because Christian doesn't spend his time with women. Leaves because she doesn't want to interrupt anything. Anna and Christian discuss what's going on in their relationship again, and Christian tells her to do some research on the internet, to which she replies, oh, I don't have a computer. In the book, it's 2011. She is 22 years old, and she's a literature student in college, and she doesn't have a computer. He's basically like, okay, well, I can fix that. Anyway, let's get you home. He gets ready, puts on a black leather jacket, because he's gonna drive her in a super sports car. He's wearing a black leather jacket. He certainly doesn't look like a multi-millionaire, billionaire, whatever heir in these clothes. He looks like a boy from the wrong side of the tracks. Maybe a badly behaved rock star or a catwalk model. What is she talking about? Anna tries to discuss the terms of the non-disclosure agreement, and Christian doesn't really like that. The sooner I have your submission, the better, and we can stop all of this, he murmurs. Stop all what? You defying me? On the way back to her apartment, they stop and get lunch at this place. She has no decision on what they eat or what they drink because Christian decides to order it for her. Once again, she's not very hungry and he flips out. At lunch, Christian kind of opens up about his past. He says that one of his mother's friends seduced him when he was 15 and he became her submissive for 6 years after that. He's never had a girlfriend. So that's really weird, but then he drops her off at home, and she talks to Kate for a little while. They're like, yeah, we spent the weekend banging the Grey brothers. Hooray! Jose calls and apologizes to Anna, and Anna's like, I love you like a brother. I could never stay mad at you. And Anna goes to her room and decides to read over the agreement that Grey has proposed to her. And that's how chapter 11 ends.